Hey, welcome to Level Up with Janet E. Once again, we are still in the month of November, right before Thanksgiving. So I hope you're having a great holiday week as we start getting into the Christmas season. So next, this is part 2 actually of our Level Up with Janet E series about gifts of the Spirit. So we are going to talk about healings, miracles, and prophecy in this one. So make sure you stay tuned. Okay, so welcome back to Level Up with Janet E. Okay, so we're going to get started. First of all, just want to wish everybody and pray that everybody's having a blessed holiday, start to their holidays with the Thanksgiving holiday being in a couple days. Mine is coming up and all of ours is coming up in 2 days. So, and make sure you get some of that good food and then also some good rest. And then if you want to take part in whatever the Friday nonsense is going on with the shopping and everything, you can certainly do that. I try to stay away from that and order everything online as much as I can. So anyway, so I want to get into this. We're going to talk about the next three gifts. If we look at 1 Corinthians 12, and it starts going through the 9 gifts, manifestation gifts. So there are, as I said on the previous session, there are different lists of gifts in the Bible, but we're talking about the manifestation gifts, which includes actually 3 categories of gifts. And this is something I didn't mention on the last YouTube video, but the 3 manifestation categories are revelation gifts, the power gifts, and then the utterance or vocal gifts. So the last 3 that we went over, which was the faith gift, which is a power gift, and we'll go over 2 more power gifts today. We went over the my mind is going, but we went over faith, we went over wisdom, and went over knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge are revelation gifts. So, and we'll go over the 3rd revelation gift on the next session in a couple weeks. Okay, but for today, we're going to talk about the next 3 gifts, which is the miracles, healing, and prophecy. So healings and miracles are also power gifts. That means that they do something. So along with the gift of faith. So once again, going back to the gift of faith is just having such a confidence in God that you can literally move mountains, or God will make things happen on your behalf because of your confidence and your surrender to Him and your faith that He will work everything out according to His will. So that is the gift of faith. Once again, Noah had it, Abraham had it. There are countless people in the Bible like Moses who, parted the Red Sea, who used that gift of faith mightily. Okay, so we're going into another power gift, which is healing. So the gift of healing is being able to use your gift to be able to not only make others feel better, but heal them, whether it be physically, mentally, all the things that would need healing of the body. So the healing gift, once again, is to build up, edify, exhort, and bring comfort to the body of God, so to the kingdom. So once again, we're never doing these gifts for ourselves. We're always doing this to build up the body of God, and we're also never giving glory to ourselves, because it is not about us. It's all about Him. It's all about God and what He wants to use us for, how He wants to use us with every single gift. Once again, all of these gifts manifest at different times. So once again, why they're the manifestation gifts. So these manifest at different times for different circumstances, for different reasons, according to God's will. So it is not our will being done, it is God's will being done, and He's using people as vessels in order to bring these gifts down to His people, once again, in order to edify, exhort, and comfort the body. All right, so healing gift we talked about, where you can bring radical healing to someone's body through God, and God is using you as a vessel in order to do that. With miracles, it's the same thing, but miracles is broader, and that miracles not only is talking about healing, but it talks about bringing miracles and supernatural events and supernatural occurrences, such as when Jesus brought up Lazarus from the dead. So that was a supernatural occurrence, a miracle. So not only healing is involved in miracles, but all of the things that would be involved in such a powerful supernatural event that it cannot be nothing else but God. It has to be God involved in it. Normal man cannot do this. It has to be a supernatural event that is bringing this about, and no one individual has that power but God in order to do that. So the final thing I want to talk about is the gift of prophecy. So a lot of people like to kind of lean on the gift of prophecy a lot in terms of just different gifts. Now, God uses all the gifts, and all the gifts are used for building up the kingdom. So all the gifts are important. All the gifts are essential. Just like all the fingers are necessary for the hand. If we lose the thumb, we can't pick up stuff, right? So, everything is necessary for the body. So once again, gift of prophecy comes up a lot, but once again, it's not any more important than any other gift, because all the gifts work together for the building up of the kingdom. Okay, so finally, the last gift that we have is the gift of prophecy. That is an utterance or vocal gift. So that's going to be used to speak or be a mouthpiece or messenger of God in something that's being said to the people, something that's being said to the body. Once again, to edify, exhort, and lift up and build up the kingdom. So, and sometimes, with prophecy, it can be also used to correct, to rebuke, to bring about change. So whether there is a correction or a positive insight, a guidance, a positive, push, all of it is to build up the body, to make the body better so that they can be used mightily in order to be able to move God's plan forward. So a lot of times with prophecy, the gift of prophecy, if there is a rebuke or a correction, sometimes it may not be taken the right way, but the understanding always has to be that at the end of the day, God is trying to get a message out to his people in order to make them better, in order to build them up, in order to build up the kingdom so that we can stand strong in what we need to do. So, the other utterance gifts that we will talk about on the next level up is the speaking of tongues, and then the interpretation of tongues. So, and those go kind of hand in hand, or should go hand in hand if they're working together in a church. It produces radical things. It produces beautiful, knowledge and insight because it's being used together. So on the next level up with Janet E, I will talk about that. So just wanted to talk a little bit about, once again, prophecy. Once again, God is using this person as a mouthpiece in order to talk about, whether it be through similar like word of wisdom, word of knowledge, those things that are happening now, have happened before, or future events that will happen or bring about if there's something happening now, whether it be like something needs to be corrected in order to make something happen well for the future, or if once again we just need a push as Christians in order to say, you're doing what you need to do, continue to do what you need to do, move forward with purpose. Sometimes that push too is that word of prophecy that God is pushing through in order to build up his people, to have them keep going and moving along with his purpose on what he wants to do in the church and the kingdom. So understand that prophecy is one of the 9 gifts, one of the 9 manifestation gifts. It does seem to kind of float to the top a lot. That is my second gift that usually comes up, and my second gift that usually comes up. And I talked about it last week with faith being usually my first one on the spiritual gifts test. But once again, everything goes hand in hand. Really, if the gift of faith wasn't there, in order that confidence and that being able to know that God's got it, then that gift of prophecy, how knowing how to use it and when to use it and who to talk to and who not to talk to and when to speak and when not to speak, all of those things, would this is my opinion, would be dulled. I feel like it does go hand in hand in understanding what God's will is for the use of the gifts. So understand that, you may have one gift, you may have multiple gifts, but God is entrusting you with something that, is great for the kingdom, is great for building up the kingdom, is great for building up fellow Christians and fellow believers. And that's so important, especially with, when there's turbulent times and people are going through. They need the voice of God. And how does that happen? Through his people. So continue to build up your gifts. If you need to take a spiritual gift test, I'll try to find one next time, identify one, and bring it to you on the next Level Up with Janet E. But I want you to be able to kind of hone in, and ask yourself, like, hey, how, what do I feel passionate about? What do I feel a burden for? Do I have empathy for people and in the plight that they're going through? Do I am I able to sense kind of what is going on in the atmosphere in the present, or can I sense what's going on, what happened to a person in the past, and maybe help them kind of bring that to the present in order to seek healing from that? Am I able to kind of see future events, but not future events just for myself, but future events that will, I'll be able to cascade that to the church and say, hey, this is going to happen. So let's, continue on our path. Let's turn this direction in order to once again exhort and edify the work of the church. All of these things work together for the good of the believers and for the good of the kingdom. So continue to build up your gifts, continue to seek gifts, and continue to help identify what your gifts are. I will find a spiritual gift test for you next time, but there are plenty of them online. If you just Google spiritual gift tests, and you will find plenty of them that are free that you can take. All right. So I love you, my Level Up lovelies. Please, please, please have a safe and blessed Thanksgiving as we go into December. We're going into 2026 in less than a couple of months, and it's so exciting. So just please take care of yourself as we get into the Christmas season. Excited about that. Always about the birth of Christ. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks as we talk about part 3 of our spiritual gifts. All right. Love you. I Level Up lovelies. Have a great one. Bye-bye.